Hey, welcome to another video. So this video is primarily aimed at OnlyFans management agencies or OnlyFans account owners. If the account owner is planning on scaling their account to the moon themselves and then planning on hiring outside help like chatters, etc., then this could apply to you too. But this video is about how to avoid getting banned on OnlyFans. Hey, I'm Bjorn Olsen from YourOFEmpire.com, owner of Your OnlyFans Empire, an OnlyFans management agency managing girls in the top 1% from all over the world, completely remotely. No office, hence the different hotel rooms and all my different videos. Check us out at YourOFEmpire.com or at YourOFEmpire on all major social media platforms. But for now, let's get back to the video. If you are an OnlyFans management agency and you get banned on one of your clients' accounts, you get one of your clients' OnlyFans accounts banned, that could just be devastating for the arrangement between you and that client. You will obviously piss them off and you could just lose them altogether. So the best way to go about business is to avoid getting banned altogether, to set up a system you can use and you can replicate with more and more clients to just avoid getting banned altogether, and everyone, all your employees, can still use the account safely. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing you're going to need is an anti-detect web browser. You use an anti-detect web browser that all parties can use to access the OnlyFans account. So you use anti-detect web browser. That all parties can use to access the account. Now, when using an anti-detect web browser in combination with a proxy IP address, according to OnlyFans, no matter who logs in using that web browser that you've set up, it looks like it's all coming from the same computer at the same location. Therefore, you are not getting detected, hence the name anti-detect web browser. So the primary purpose of using anti-detect web browser is so that all parties can use it to access the OnlyFans account. Chatters, you, client, whoever else. So as I said, this makes it look like everyone is accessing the OnlyFans account from the same computer at the same location. But in order to do that, you must have an IP address linked, proxy IP address linked to browser profile. You know what? I'll make another video showing how to set up an anti-detect web browser and proxy IP addresses and all that. I'll make another video actually. I'll explain how to do all that. But for now, we're just going to go over how to avoid getting banned on the OnlyFans account. And then if you want to know more about the web browser or the proxy IP address, then I'll make another video about that. But for now, I'm just going to run you through how to go about avoid getting banned. So it must have proxy IP address linked to the browser profile. Otherwise, when different parties log in using the anti-detect web browser, it will look like they're using the same computer, but OnlyFans will see it getting logged in from all these different locations. And now it doesn't take a momo to understand that you can't get from London to Australia in an hour. You can't get from London to Australia in like a minute. So obviously that's going to flag the system. Then they could start cluing on what's going on. Then you can get locked out or banned. So you must have an IP address linked to the anti-detect web browser. Otherwise, it just defeats the purpose of it, really. So some noted anti-detect web browsers you can use. So here's some you can use. So I use Incogniton. It's called Incogniton. That's the one I use. You can use it for free yourself, but then when you start getting team members and getting their own logins and stuff to start using the account, then you need to go for a paid subscription model. But you're running a business, if you intend to scale, you're going to have to start paying for some things, all right? But at the beginning, if you just want to try it out yourself, you can create a couple of different profiles just with your login and use it fine. But if you intend to use employees, which is the whole purpose of it, you intend to use chatters, which is the purpose of it, to log in, then you're going to have to pay for it. So, and then another one is Dolphin. I've heard of a lot of people using this. I think it's called Dolphin Anti or something. Dolphin Anti? Something like that. You can just Google it. It's called Dolphin Anti. Another one is Go Login. Pretty sure I tried that way at the beginning. And I remember having a lot of issues with that. I can't remember what the issues were, but I remember using that when I was starting out, and I was just forever having issues. I can't actually remember what they were, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've used that, and I'm pretty sure it was garbage. That was a while ago though, so it could have been updated. Who knows? Another one's multi-login and multi-login. And there might be a few others. There likely are a few others, but I can't think of them from the top of my head. If I can't think of them, then they're probably not that good, because I would have heard of them, you would assume. So we've got Incogniton. Remember, it's not incognito, it's Incogniton with an N at the end, so just Google these. Incogniton, which is the one that I use. Dolphin Anti, which I've heard of a lot of other people using. Go Login, which I used at the beginning, and I remember having a lot of issues with, but I can't remember exactly. Multi-login, and then there's probably more, but I can't think of them. So, and more. So yeah, I would assume they all have the kind of same freemium model where you can use it for free. You can create a couple of profiles for free, but then if you want to start creating different logins for different team members, for different chatters, for different people to use to start logging on their end, then one can assume you're going to have to pay for that, because I know that's definitely the case with Incogniton. So they usually require a paid subscription. No real biggie, but I thought I'd just give you a heads up and let you know. Now, an important part of using the anti-detect web browser, otherwise it is pretty much pointless, is, as I said earlier, proxy IP addresses. Without a proxy IP address, it looks like you're logging in from the same computer, but in different locations all over the world, which can cause Onlyfans to go, that doesn't seem right. Or maybe it's a manager, let's ban the account. So you're going to want that, otherwise don't bother using that. So as I said, it is important. Important? It actually might be imperative. We'll go with important. Important for anti-detect web browser. Now I understand there might not be many people that understand the ins and outs of proxy IP addresses. I might go over this in another video when showing how to set up an anti-detect web browser. I'll probably go over the proxy IP address part. In this, we'll just keep it short, because the point is to show you how not to get banned, and then to elaborate on anything else like the web browser or the proxy IP addresses, I'll probably save for another video. I like to break the videos down so that people can identify a question that they want answered, go play the video and get an answer straight away. I notice a lot of videos go on for like ages, and then if you want to actually find out the information that was in the title, you've normally got to wait till the end or something like that, or you've got to filter through all these animations and stuff. So I like to break it down into just concise questions and concise answers. So that's why when showing how to use an anti-detect web browser and proxy IP addresses, I'll make it for another video, because then some people that might already know how to do that, somehow they might know how to do that, but might not know that that is needed for that. I'm not sure. You just got to assume sometimes. Then they won't want to know all that, because they'll already know. So yeah, so proxy IP address is important for anti-detect web browser. It gives the impression that all are logging in from same location. Now, I should probably mention that it gets a little dicey if you have multiple people using the same browser profile, using the same web browser profile with the same IP address at the same time from their respective locations. I should probably mention that it will get a little dicey if you do that. It is not recommended for that purpose. It is recommended so that you schedule different people to log in at certain times to do their thing, whatever their job is at different times, but they log in from the same web browser and IP address to make it look like the same person is accessing Onlyfans from the same location, from the same computer. So I thought I'd better mention that part. It doesn't work if you all log in at the same time all the time. So remember, OF bans when multi people access at same time. It probably won't actually ban straight away, but it will flag. And one of the things they use is a face recognition login. So like 2FA. So one of the things they do is that if they get suspicious of the account, then they could implement a two-factor authorization and like a facial recognition scan or something to log in, things like that, which going to make it like fucking nearly impossible for an agency. So that's as good as banning, really. Yeah, so you mitigate that. Hang on, where are we? So OF bans when multiple loggers log in at the same time. Yep, so proxy gives the impression that all people log in at the same blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so there are different types of proxies. So there's different types of proxies. It's important that you use this one. Hang on, so different types. There's residential. See, the residential, it could be called static residential. Static means staying still. So static residential. So as the name suggests, that is a proxy IP address that appears that it's coming from a house. Static means it's coming from a house that's staying still. So yes, that does sound odd. So it'll look a little weird if you use a proxy IP address for a residential address that is moving around. So you probably want a static residential because that means that the computer, according to them, is logging in from the same house and not bouncing around different houses. Otherwise, that could defeat the purpose, right? So yeah, there's those. There's mobile. There's mobile proxies, which are expensive, I might add. There are expensive proxy IP addresses that imitate the IP address of a mobile phone. So therefore, it normally comes with other costs like 4G, 5G use and things like that. We don't need that. We don't need that. What you actually want to use is static residential. But I'm just going through different types anyway to give you a bit more of an understanding. So there's mobile proxies. There's also data center proxies. Data center are like commonly used ones. Data center is like common locations that have a stack of IP addresses tied to it. So multiple people I hope I'm not fucking this up. It is a lot to retain. So forgive me if I'm fucking this up, but it's roughly true. You get the idea. Yeah, so data center proxies are like a stack of proxy IP addresses from like several different locations at the same locations. Several different of the same location. So if multiple people have a proxy IP address, there is a chance if you use a data center proxy that it is being used or it looks like it's coming from the same spot as another proxy IP address. So that will flag the account. So this doesn't work unless you use static residential. So when using a proxy IP address with your anti-detect web browser, make sure it is static residential or residential. It could just be called residential, but mean the same thing. So residential or static residential. So that's proxies. So yeah, so just to recap, so use a proxy IP address in combination with the anti-detect web browser so that when the different parties log in, when the clients, your chatters, when you log into the accounts, according to Onlyfans, it looks like the login is coming from the same computer at the same location every time. And that's what you want, because then it looks like just one person is accessing the account instead of multiple, which is the whole point, which is the whole reason Onlyfans can ban the account, because they don't want multiple people accessing the account, because then that means management. So they don't want that. So that's how you mitigate that. Now there is one more factor. There is one more factor to think about when avoiding the Onlyfans ban. An anti-detect web browser and a proxy IP address can only go so far. So what else do you need? You might say, roster times. Roster times. Roster different times for people to log in. You could say like chatters log in every night, Monday to Friday. Oh, no. Monday to Sun. This is what I did at the start. I'm going to repeat what I did when I was starting out. So roster time. So chatters could log in Monday to Sunday. We'll say from like 6 p.m. to like, I don't know, 3 a.m. What's that? 9 hours. Yeah, good enough. And then you say, at the start when you were doing the schedule, so you were doing the OF schedule, which is you'll be doing that on Sunday night. No, it's Monday to Sat. That's what I meant. Monday to Sat. Hang on. I'll go over this at the end after I've written it because I know it's confusing. So this is what you do when you're starting out. Your roster time. So for example, when you get chatters, you'll have the chatters logging into the account from Monday to Saturday, 6 to 3 a.m. night time. Remember, you're just starting out. This is what you're going to do at the start. Chatters Monday to Saturday, 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Leave Sunday nights for you so you can organize the OnlyFans schedule for the week, because you don't want to be organizing the OnlyFans schedule for the week while a chat is logged in on the other side of the world using the same web browser, using the same IP address. So just save Sunday night for you. What I did at the start when I was still like saving money and growing is while I was doing the OnlyFans schedule, I'll just chat myself. On Sunday night. And then now that you've got all this down, what you say to the client, ideally, you don't want the client to access the account very much. You want to do everything. You want to do the bio, you want to do the schedule, you want to do the replying to comments, etc. like that. But the client's probably going to want to check up on you because, it's their money it's their account. It's their, could be their livelihood. So they're going to want to check up. So what you say to the client, you say, all right, client girl, you can check on the account, but only client girl can log in only during days up until, we'll say 5 p.m. to be safe, up until 5 p.m. Right, so for example, you have your chatters chatting from Monday to Saturday, 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Australian time. Then you'll save Sunday nights for you to organize the OnlyFans schedule. So then you might as well chat that night yourself. You'll save some money on the employee. You might as well chat because you're doing the schedule. So then if the client wants to check, you say to the client girl, hey client girl, you can log in to check, but only during the days up until 5 p.m. because then I've got my team logging on. Then I've got my team accessing. So in order to prevent getting banned on the account or locked out, okay, client girl, just log in during the days up until 5 p.m. because then after then, that's when I get my team logging on. Then as you grow, you'll probably get some other, you'll get some other team members, you'll get someone doing the scheduling and then more chatters. Chatters will be 24/7. So then when they're 24/7, you'll actually do the reverse. So you'll have chatters 24/7, except the night that you get someone to schedule. And then the client is gonna have to ask you when is good to log in. But that's later on. This is for when you're starting out. When you're starting out, roster times, have the anti-defect web browser, have the proxy IP address, and you'll be fine. I've done that. I've never been banned on one account. And then you'll be fine. And that's it. So if this helped you at all, I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I don't normally go 2 pages deep, but I just wanted to break it down for you guys. So I hope this helped you. If this helped you at all, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on another video.